sure this is on. Set up right. Greetings, everybody. So I figured I'd do a general read for the new moon, which is going to be in Aries. Some report says April 11th, and some say 12th. I guess it just depends on where you are in the world. But yeah, let's go ahead and tap into the energies of this collective and whoever is led to receive a message from whatever the divine spirit wants to channel through me. And let's keep this energy peaceful, loving, positive. Okay. May this reading or this message rather bring us peace, bring us clarity, give us some grounded energy, passion, creativity. I also ask that the Most High God protect and seal this reading from any interferences, any dark forces, any energies of confusion, misconceptions, anything that is interfering from us receiving the message in the way that the Most High intends us to. Our angels and our ancestors, I call them to be present with us. Not my dolphin, he got a little shadow. It's a smoke from my candle. Poor dolphin. He's okay. He okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm not going to go too far into my prayers. I know most of you don't mind it, or at least a few of you. I won't say most of you, but a few of you guys don't mind it, and I appreciate that because I like to make sure that the energy is completely sealed and protected, and that, you know, we get a very effective message, very clear message from spirit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just see what the energies are. Holy Spirit, guide me to what cards to choose. May only speak what you want me to speak. May only hear what you want me to hear, and see only what you want me to see. Casting down all false imaginations, all false prophetic insights, false truths, God. We bring every thought, every idea, every desire into the captivity of the Most High God. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Protect us and shield us no matter where we are, Holy Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective for the new moon in Aries? The new moon in Aries. Okay, you have the Devil, the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so this is good energy. I feel like this is heavy energies coming to a close, coming to an end. The Devil card could be something that's very restrictive, or has been restricted for someone. Very tempting to fall back into something otherwise in the past, but now I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it's like whatever that part of self that was tempted to behave in a certain way or go in certain directions that were not of the highest good, or maybe whatever it is that, because you guys are all different. So whatever it was in the past that maybe you were tempted by, or who you were tempted by, certain things that were traps set to keep you stuck in a certain like time frame, mindset, whatever that is, or trapped in a certain connection, relationship, friendship, whatever. It's coming to a close and coming to the end, because an ego is no longer in the driver's seat in a specific place that you were struggling. We all have things that we master, and certain things that we have yet to, certain things that we struggle with within ourselves. So whatever that part of ourselves that was a fight, where the ego might have been very dominant in that place or that space within self, is no longer in a place of dominance. The Ten of Swords. This is fear-based thoughts or something that you feared. I feel like you are confronting that with the Eight of Cups, because you are emotionally detaching yourself from that. I feel like there's a calling into a new energy or a new space within yourself, where you're not able to look back from where, you know, where you're leaving what was. I feel like you know now that whatever was that's being left did not serve you. Who or what is being left behind no longer serves you, because this is a new energy that you're stepping into. I feel like there's a lot of stance on honoring the self, which isn't always easy. Maybe you had to walk away from something that was very painful, something that was very toxic for some of you, or it's painful to detach or to walk away, or you were doing a lot of purging, a lot of releasing within yourself, which is not easy. So just know that whatever was binding you and restricting you is no longer, is stripping away, it's being purified out, it's being cleansed out. And I feel like it's because you made a conscious or subconscious decision, whether you realize it or not, to walk away from what doesn't serve you and to seek fulfillment within yourself, to seek joy within self outside of whatever. Because this, I feel like there was some illusions. Some of you guys might be seeing dragonflies a lot, something with dragonflies. Let's play some more on this energy. Okay, the cards is just coming out. Yeah, King of Cups. Some of you guys might have had to detach from a partner. It could be someone that you had a lot of deep love for and emotion. Some of you guys, this is a divorce. The Six of Cups. This woman looks like she's wearing a wedding gown or something. Then you have the Eight of Swords. So you have two eights. So for some of you guys, this is a lot of inner child cleansing, a lot of inner child healing that you've been doing. Some of you guys, this is connected to a father figure. Greetings. Some of you guys, it could be, like I said, a love relationship that you are finally letting go of, or the emotions attached to people of your past with the Six of Cups. Emotionally detaching from them. Even if they're not actively in your life, you're still detaching from these people. I also feel like, too, another thing is this could be connected to a father figure. Some of you guys specifically, if this resonates with you, is water sign energies, Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces individuals. But with the Six of Cups, this is a lot of reflecting on what was in the past. And I feel like some of you guys, the key to this healing is to see yourself within the situations, not so much focusing on the outer aspect of it or the people involved, but more so where reflecting within self, like what is it that I was experiencing? How did I feel? What was I supposed to learn from this? It's like you have to see yourself in the situation from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of patience even. And I also feel that there's a lot of generational things that are being cleansed out as well as you heal, as you remove yourself, or you make that stance to honor yourself and honor how you feel. Because you could even be in the seat of being the King of Cups, where you are honoring your emotions. You're in a place of mastering these emotions. You don't allow them to rule over you. There's a sense of balance. There's a lot of moons in these cards. I don't know if you can see it. There's a moon here, and the Eight of Cups. Ten of Swords, there's a moon. King of Cups, there's a moon. So this is very powerful energy. With the Eight of Swords, there's something with spiders. Some of you guys may be seeing spiders or something with spider webs. That could be definitely significant to you guys as well. But I see whatever it was, again, that was binding you, you got to free yourself. And I feel like this is balancing the heart and the mind. And in order to come out of that place that you feel restricted or stuck in, you have to honor how you feel. You have to honor your emotions, but not allow the thoughts and the emotions to have control over you, if that makes sense. And there's also a moon in the Devil card. So a lot of intuitive energy, a lot of deep psychic insights. This is a perfect time to self-reflect. The energy, because the full moon is in Aries, or the new moon, excuse me, is in Aries. Aries represents the first house, which represents the self, which represents the I am energy. It's all about self. It's about how you see yourself. So I feel it also represents your personality and your character and stuff like that. So how are you presenting yourself in the world? It could be giving you these types of questions, or serving you these types of questions with the Six of Cups to reflect within how have you been showing up in the world. Or how have you been identifying with self? Is it authentic to you? Oh, sister, thank you. Thank you, sister. I appreciate it for your donation. And the little, the little It's not an emoji. What do you call those little things? It's cute. Kelly. Okay. Because I've been wanting to call you Keely. Don't mind me. I be messing up people's names. All right, sis. Kelly. Thank you. The little emoji thing. The little. Is that a fox? You know what? If that's a fox, I'm gonna trip out. So last night, on my way home, me and my aunt, we saw a fox run across the street. And yeah, we live in Arizona, but we were in a like we weren't in an area where there was necessarily mountains, or we weren't too close to the mountains. So it was kind of weird that we saw a fox. But anyway, that could be something for you. Spiders, like I said, something with spiders. Could be something with snakes, something with dragons, dragonflies. Yeah. So that's interesting. But this is a good time to reflect on yourself and like your identity and your truth of who you are outside of those fears that you had, outside of the wounds, outside of the hurts or the rejection, the abandonment, the betrayal, the dysfunctionalities in your life or your family's life, like those types of things. Spirit is saying to reflect on your truth within yourself. There's something with marriage here where some of you guys, the idea of love or the idea of getting married, for some of you, you might have given up on that, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. You might have given up on that because of past hurt. Someone or something could have hurt you, and for you was like, that was the last straw. Some of you guys may have placed someone that you loved on a pedestal, or kind of put them in the seat of where your father should have, or where you perceive that your father or your mother, even for some of you, but I get more so of a masculine or a parental figure, a father figure, um, a paternal figure, if that's right, where this person, where you put this counterpart or partner, marriage partner. For some of you guys, you were married. For others of you, this was just a love situation or just a dynamic that you had with multiple partners, where you put them in the seat of honoring them in a way of kind of putting them on a pedestal and expecting a lot from them because you thought very highly of this person, that this individual should have loved me. And it's coming from a place, and this might be painful, and by no means am I saying this to be smart or to hurt someone's feelings. This is all about healing and being transparent. So if you're not ready to hear this, if it triggers you, if it bothers you, or you're the type of person that's like, oh, that doesn't resonate with me, I'm happy, doing all that projection and trying to convince yourself that something doesn't bother you. So you got to state that it doesn't bother you. Don't watch it. I was being smart at that last part where I said that last little comment, because people be doing that. Like, I know y'all know. People go, you see it in the comments, oh, I don't miss this person. Oh, I don't care. He's such a dick, blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, I'm so perfect. I've healed everything, and I don't have to worry about that. Like, that projection, like, nah. No, we all got work to do, boo, okay? And you ain't got to state it. You don't got to be loud about it. You know what I mean? That was me being shady, but being honest at the same time. So this part, I'm being transparent, and this is coming from a place of love and healing. So some of you guys, there's some daddy issues where you might have put a partner in a place of where you felt like your father should have loved you, whether your father was actively in your life or not, or they might have been present but not emotionally available to you, or, you saw your parents interact in a way that was unhealthy, and you kind of played that out subconsciously. There's a lot of subconscious energy in these cards, I feel. All of that is coming up to the surface so that you guys can detach from that in a loving way. Detach meaning you dealt with it, you looked into it, you felt into it, you've honored your feelings, your emotions, you forgave yourself, you forgave all other parties involved, and then you're free to let go and walk away from that. Okay, this isn't walking away in a way of distraction or avoidance, Spirit is saying. So I feel like a lot of you guys have done a lot of unpacking. Spirit showing me like a box of clothes. So it's kind of like unpacking something or putting these clothes in a box in order to get rid of. It's like old energy that has to go in exchange for what this new energy is that you're walking into, because the Eight of Cups is moving into the Nine of Cups energy, which is seeking self-fulfillment, joy within self, not looking outside of the self for that, which leads to the Ten of Cups. After the Nine of Cups, that's where you have the completion and wholeness as a collective or between another and yourself. But it starts within the self. So I'm trying to cut my throat chakra out. Okay. Eights can mean something to you because 8 came out quite a bit. Whoa. Okay. These cards, man, they just like got a mind of their own. Sacred Reverence. Number 47, which is number 11. Number 37, the Oracle's Gift. If you guys are into tea leaf readings, could be a good time for you guys to get some guidance, maybe from someone that's into that, or is a professional tea reader. For others of you, you could be into that yourself, like you're interested in learning about it. This could be a confirmation for you to go ahead and do that. For others of you, maybe you already do your own tea leaf reads, and this is like a perfect time to do that. There's something significant that will be revealed to you. I'm also getting water scrying. I can never say this word. It's just one of them words you just get tongue-tied. Scrying, something. You know what I'm trying to say. I cannot pronounce that word. But with water, birds of a feather, number 25. The beautiful uncaging, number 42. Okay, so there's definitely something with birds. Birds do represent messengers, but different types of birds, the species of birds, they all have their own specific meaning. So pay attention to birds that you're seeing, the types of birds that you're seeing, because there's a lot of messages within that. The Sacred Reverence card, this is a connection between you and spirit. Wax. Yeah, candle wax. That's interesting. I like doing that. I didn't know that it was a Jewish tradition, but yeah, I like doing candle readings. It's interesting. This is a connection between you and the divine, where there's some type of, where the more you find yourself connecting with spirit, God, the universe, whatever you call it, the divine being of all, and you connect into that energy from the higher aspect of the all, the love, the unconditional state of love. When you connect with that higher power, there's something that's going to be revealed to you. I feel for a lot of you, there's a lot of dreams. I'm getting something, these clouds look like dream spaces. So there's a lot of messages that are being given at this time in the dream world. There's a significant key to something. This could have been a previous dream that you've had. Some of you guys, if this resonates with you, I don't feel like it's going to be for everyone, but those of you that resonate with the whole tea readings, the tea leaf readings or something, whether you're doing it yourself, whether you're watching a reading, because they have readings on YouTube that people specialize in that, or you go and find a psychic and get a personal reading yourself that involves tea leaf readings, it seems like it's a puzzle piece of something coming together, where it's like a dream you had versus a synchronicity that you saw, could be connected to birds, and then you get this reading. Everything is like pieced together. For some of you, it might not necessarily have to be specifically about a tea reading. It could be a reading that you got from someone, or you watched recently, or you read, because some people post readings. They don't always like post videos, you know. Sometimes it's typed posts or whatever. Or a reading that you've pulled on yourself or something like that, where there's other pieces that are coming together, and it's gonna bring some type of clarity, one or the other. Something's like gonna bring it all the way home. That's what I get from this. And I feel like for some of you, it's the dream. So first, it could have been that you received a sign or a synchronicity, and then you watched a reading, got a reading, or did a reading for yourself or something like that, and then it leads to a dream that clarifies everything, or it's like the confirmation comes from a dream, something like that. It's like pieces coming together, and this might be big for someone. I feel like this is going to unlock something for someone. It's going to be a piece that comes in. And there's also something with the heart chakra that's coming up as well. Some of you guys, what I get from this is I keep going back to this oracle card, the oracle gifts card with the T. T, like in slang, is like, what's the latest gossip? What's the latest news? Like, what's the tea? You know what I mean? There's something, some type of significant information that's gonna just, there's clarity that's coming to you about something. Could come through a third party, like not just between you and spirit or your angels, but an outside source, like another person. So I'm going to read what the cards mean out of this book because it gives us more detail. I probably won't read through the whole thing because it's like nails on a chalkboard when I read. Let me see, 47. 47 is the sacred reverence card. Key concepts says all for the truth that spirit is everywhere. Inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence. Joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion, manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirits. Okay. Look at the world. Do you see all of life or only a limited part? When you look at a blade of grass, do you see just a plant? When you encounter a puppy, do you see just an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it is also only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer and you'll observe the luminosity immanent in these living sentient beings. Okay? If you can allow yourself to take in all of the world, including its spirit, then you see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect, and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, and tree as sacred and alive. You naturally lean into a state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. Whatever your dilemma or question, try to reframe your perspective to acknowledge the spiritual. If everything has value, including your most frustration challenges, would you still ask the question from the same place? Can you regard the other as sacred, thereby erasing the separation? Shh. Thanks, Lizzie. Brother was at the door, so my dog was like, hey. Embracing the perfection of how you came together is real magic, and you are tapping into this unity right now. No matter who or what is in front of you, see that person or thing is luminous and your interaction as holy, then you will know what to do for the highest good of all. Like, it's something that's going to bring, hey sis, everything, it's going to bring everything into, it's going to make sense, if that makes sense. Okay. I dreamt a scribe for myself. Actually, I had someone else here. Oh, wow. That's crazy, RB. It's interesting. Very interesting synchronicities. And thank you. Okay, let's read the Oracle's gift. I'm very curious about this card because it keeps standing out to me. This is the one with the teacup on it. Okay. This is number 37. It says, second sight, clairvoyant, seeing the future, fate as a future determined by the choices you make now, seeing the signs around you, recognizing potentials versus absolute determinism. Okay, so it says, when we ask for a sign from the universe, we are essentially asking for divine guidance that we believe needs to come from a source outside of us. This is because we don't always trust our intuition or ability to read between the lines and see beyond time and space. And so we ask for signs and look for mystical resonance that our mundane lives don't seem to offer. However, an oracle simply provides an answer that is already inside of us. Oracles show up in a midrid. Okay. That's not the word that I can pronounce. But we're going to skip that. I really suck at pronunciation, you guys. Really, really, really bad. And you can tell I do not like reading in front of the class type thing. Sometimes you see a billboard or hear a song or pull an oracle card. You get the exact message you need to support your choices or show you the way forward. Regardless of how the sign appears, an oracle is a reminder that you are a part of the vast universe. You are witnessed by the great mystery and loved and cared for. It is a reminder that life is magical. You are magical. Today, trust in your own capacity to know what is right, to tune into source, and also be able to read the signs reflecting what is true and real within you. Let this oracle give you the gift of knowing that you are indeed on the right track. And it says to repeat the mantra. If you guys would like to repeat the mantra, it says, "The light within me creates miracles in my life. The light within me creates miracles in my life. The light within me creates miracles in my life." So the magic inside of you, outside of you, and all around and within you. All right. That was the Oracle Gift one and the Birds of a Feather card. Let's see. Number 25. The concepts of this card is sharing, community, a sense of belonging, fellowship with like-hearted people, understanding the concept of we before me. Okay. Have you ever wondered how people naturally gravitate towards one another and discover a surprising intimacy and connection? There is a kind of magnetic energy like an invincible ray of light that gently pulls people together to form something beautiful that can be shared. As in the birds of a feather flock together, it comes from an instinctual need for belonging, you might say. We need community to survive, to thrive, and grow. We humans are social creatures. After all, none of us are meant to be alone. The concept of belonging is playing an important role in your life currently. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection, for now is the time to thrive in the community. What you will find is a deeper and more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yourself to others and sharing ideas, hopes, and dreams. However, however long you stay here in this journey of becoming who you are meant to be, connecting to community and participating in fellowship is the best thing for you right now. You will flourish and part of the network of like-minded and like-hearted people. Stick to what feels good and resonates with your heart as true. When you understand the value of this community, you will discover everything you are hoping for and much more than you are expecting. Okay, so that was Birds of a Feather. Let's see what the beautiful uncaging card is talking about. Beautiful uncaging talks about the prison of guilt, a need for self-inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, and making amends. This is kind of the energy that we were talking about a little bit with the tarot cards. And yeah, let's see. This is interesting. So there's, in this heart, it's a key hole that has a key in it that's this heart is about to be unlocked. And then in the soul reverence, you have the key here with the heart, something with the heart chakra. Okay, let's see. At this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part in your life. Recognize how it is affecting you and others and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state, capable of transforming difficult emotional states or difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes harm. However, it can also feed a self-sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and distorted sense of personal power. This is basically what the tarot card, like the message I was getting from the tarot, This is basically summing it all up, I feel like. Okay. Says self-blame can lead to behaviors that oh my god, perpetuates. Why can't I not read this? My gosh, like I'm a blah 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 blah. Like really, perpetuates low self-worth. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you discarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you have given injury and shown you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit you are wrong and begin the process to fix it, this is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation. Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. This acknowledgement will free you from the story you tell about it so you are able to connect with truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take self inventory with a neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is why the guilt is there. You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. Pay attention, take action, and uncage yourself from the prison of your own making. So this is kind of like the whole reflecting energy going within yourself, looking at your situations from a place of non-judgment, harsh judgment, I should say, from a place of self-criticism, but not harsh self-criticism. Also, when it involves other people trying, and it's not always easy, especially if people have hurt you or it's a fresh wound of something. It's like it really requires you to be patient with yourself, patient with the process of healing, because it's easy to demonize yourself or demonize other people that have harmed you. So Spirit is saying that when you reflect on this, look at it from a place of uncovering and unpacking, like kind of like the whole metaphor with the box that I was seeing, a vision of a box and had all these clothes in it. So, all right, that's interesting. Okay, ancestors, angels, guides, who lovingly guide us and assist us. What is the message that you have for this collective? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Prince of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the High Priestess. Okay, so more moon energy. You guys, not only, and then there's more spider webs references. I don't know if y'all see that. It's like a spider web, and it also looks kind of like a star system, and it's connected to her dress. Um, this is the being connected to the all. There's something with spider webs or spiders that maybe you might resonate with or might need to look up. I've heard references to spiders in the last 3 days. It's something with spiders. I had a dream about a spider. I have a spider web in my room that I refuse to mess with, not only because I don't want, the bugs on me and all of that, but I feel like it's a reason why it's there. So I leave it alone. I'm not going to bother it. But there's something with spiders, something with crows or just big birds, dragonflies, moths, butterflies. For some of you, swans may also resonate with you. So those could be messengers. But there's something in regards to unbinding yourself. And you have the key to tap into everything. Tap into all that whatever it is that's coming into alignment, different pieces of a puzzle, intuitively coming into alignment. There's something that's, like I said, something that's going to bring everything home. I don't know, however this manifests for you. It could definitely be um, it could definitely be a dream, like I said, but it can come in some type of other way. But there is something that's going to come together. It's going to bring everything home for you. And by paying attention to the key players around you and in your life, because everybody and everything in this universe is a messenger. Everything has a vibrational resonancy to one thing, or it's like everything connects the dots, if that makes sense. So a person in your life can represent something symbolic to you, as where another person can also represent something symbolic that's different, but in some way they all speak of a language to you or a message, if that makes sense. So nothing in this universe is insignificant. Everything has a significance. Even the things that are painful or the annoyances or the things that challenge us, everything holds a significance. So Spirit is saying to pay attention to whatever is of your focus at this time that you are getting yourself free and unstuck from. You have the power to unlock that, to tap into that. Your intuition is very strong. Your higher self is leading you, and it's very effortless, I feel. It's not something that you gotta like dive deep into in a way where it's very forceful and controlling. It's kind of you just get into a place of solitude or in a place of going within self, and everything just seems to align. Or you might be guided to watch something on TV and something speaks to you within that, and then the next thing you know, you're researching on the computer, and then whatever you research is giving you clues to the next thing. It's like everything is going to unfold in a natural place because you're being divinely led, and it's all internal, it's all subconscious, it's all within self. um with the Two of Swords being here, again, this has something to do with inner reflection. I feel like you are going to find your clarity. You are going to find your peace. There could be some type of conflict when it comes to goals or when it comes to a desire for some of you, because I get like unicorn energy. Um, some of you guys have very unique gifts, very unique goals that others may like. We all have unique gifts, but in a way where it's not socially accepted or it has not been, um, it's not something that is mainstream. Your gifts or your talents or the things that you want to do, it's very, it's like it's different in some way where someone's very conflicted whether or not, or someone questions their desires or their dreams in a way where they feel like it's something that's not feasible because in a mundane society or what they see in their own in their own reality or the people around them, this would not be something that is obtainable or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like an inner fight when it comes to a dream or when it comes to a goal or something that someone's trying to conceptualize. It doesn't resonate with the other part of the self. So there's like an inner battle. Um, I see someone breaking free out of that. This is what's happening. The Knight of Swords is here to cut cords with those challenges. It's almost like these birds. Um, whoa, and a bird just made a noise. I wonder if it's one of those black birds that just made that noise. Because I'm paying attention to these black birds right here. Um, I don't see ravens and crows as a bad omen always. Some people do. I feel like in this instance, it does represent the challenges of the mind, because if you look at the Two of Swords, these birds are here. So there, one bird is coming from a different perspective where this other bird's coming from another perspective with each sword. So like I said, I don't get that these birds always represent something bad or negative, but I do feel like the negative thought patterns need to be combated, and I feel like that's what's happening with this card. Is showing something that needs to be cut away from when it comes to the mind, when it comes to perceptions. um Also too, I reference this a lot, but the movie The Wiz, which is like, it's a form of the Wizard of Oz, or it's like a version of the Wizard of Oz. It's like a musical. um and Michael Jackson played the Scarecrow, and the crows in that movie were talking down on him, talking against his, you know, his intelligence or his beliefs and things like that. It was like, these are whispering spirits. They're like a representation of the whispering spirits that we might struggle with, where we hear things like, oh, you can't do that, you know, where we hear our own voice telling us, oh, you will never be able to do that, or you're stupid, you need to just sit down, or that's not going to work for you. You know, words that are not loving, that are not encouraging, that are not um, supportive. That's how you know it's not coming from a divine place. Those types of thought forms and patterns, those are not coming from a divine energy, but they're there as a contrast so that you can see the difference between um, thoughts that edify you and motivate you and encourage you versus those that are binding you, restricting you, causing you confusion and fear, so that you have the power to control the mind and have dominion over it and cut cords with those thoughts. Be able to immediately discern, okay, that's not coming from a place that's divine, that's not coming from a place that's going to help me, so I need to shut that down and reprogram or reshift my mind or reshift my focus, my perspective. That's what it's there for, not for you to be defeated. The Prince of Swords, he's fighting. He is a warrior spirit. So we all have warrior spirit within us. Some of us it's untapped, some of us it's overused. It might be being exercised in a way that's not helpful, through anger or through being argumentative or overstepping our boundaries in other people's lives. In some way it could be imbalanced, in other ways it could be untapped, where we don't always express our truth, or where we don't fight for ourselves, or where we don't protect ourselves. You know what I mean? It has to be balanced, and I feel like that's what this energy is revealing and showing you. There could be something with the number 2 as well. You have the 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles, it looks like, and how I'm seeing this is like someone looking at something with a very limited perspective or view, but it can also be someone that is very focused on one area that could be positive. So I feel like Spirit saying, make sure that when you're placing your focus upon things, that it's not coming from a place of limitation, and that it can only come in one form or one way or a time frame, versus being open and being focused. Okay, this is my vision, but I am open to more. I'm not reading this traditionally. I'm reading it how I'm seeing it intuitively in the card. So the 4 of Pentacles might not, if you know what the 4 of Pentacles mean, I might not be reading it the way like that. But I'm just reading the cards how I'm being led to. But there's a dragonfly. There's a dragonfly. I also feel, because the 4 of Pentacles represents Capricorn energy. Capricorn's ruling planet is Saturn. Saturn deals with karmic energies as well, or transformative energies, very powerful change and shifts, sometimes unconventional shifts, kind of like Uranus energy I'm picking up as well. But Spirit is saying that it might be some work for some of you guys to expand or shift your focus or your perception of things, because some of you guys might have not always been used to being the person that things went well for. You weren't maybe the popular one or whatever, the things that we can easily be like, woe is me because I didn't have this growing up, or I wasn't this, or this never worked out for me, or I've always been the one, blah, blah, blah. It's easy to slip into that. But there's something about growth that Spirit wants you to pay attention to, about your growth. Pay attention to how much you've actually blossomed. With the Sun card, or the Sun, I don't know why I said the Sun card. With the Sun being here, this is an energy of revitalization. This is renewal. Some of you guys might need to kind of remove the distractions and focus on, in what ways can I focus on my growth and my evolution within myself. There's not one way or one path to healing. There's many paths and ways to healing, in a way that doesn't have to be tedious, does not have to be like this one big chore. Yes, Capricorn energy does represent hard work and discipline. You can master those energies and tap into those energies in a way that is lighthearted, that is playful. But I do get that this is a lot of focusing on the self. This energy is not about externalizing things and pointing the finger at so-and-so. And this is about taking accountability. Yes, acknowledging the hurt that you feel, or if someone is in the wrong, you have to take all of that into accountability, but it always falls back into self. Like, okay, this is showing me how to better protect myself, or how to have better boundaries, or discernment of who and what is for me, or what it is that I truly deserve and don't deserve. Like, These are the questions, and it's not always about relationships. Sometimes it's about our own motivation, our own intentions in life. This could be refocusing your motivations. Again, Aries energy, which is where the new moon is currently or going to be, depending on where you are in the world. It's about the self. It's about the I am energy. That is the God energy within self. Where is my power being directed? Where is my focus? Where do I stand within these energies? And it's not from a place of selfishness because of that, but I feel like this is an energy of reflecting. I hope I'm making sense, because I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm just going with whatever is coming through. It sounds a little weird, but yeah, because I'm just getting like different energies, but it all makes, I don't know, I guess it all is meant to connect, but it sounds weird because I feel like I don't know, it sounds weird. Anyway, this is not what I was expecting, but like I said, when I open up to these reads, I just gotta flow with how it comes. I might be expecting it to be one way, but it, you know, it never does go that way. So, I hope that wasn't too, I don't know, too spiritual. I don't know. Hotep. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. But this is what I'm getting. So take what applies to you, because I could have been speaking to one person in one area or one group of people in one area versus the other. So it may or may not make sense. Sometimes I'd be sounding crazy, but if you guys resonate with it, that's all that matters. I don't feel like there's anything else. But animal messengers have really been strong. So pay attention to them. Insects, birds, whatever. Pay attention to those that you keep seeing often or that are constantly being mentioned because they are speaking to you. They could come in your dreams. It could come in any form or any way. It doesn't have to be in your physical, like, actual experience where you see a butterfly pass you or anything like that. It could be a picture of a butterfly. It could be someone has a butterfly backpack or something. It could be anything. But just pay attention, because I'm getting different types of messengers. The dragonfly definitely is coming up. It came up in 2 different decks. Blackbirds could be of any species, or just whenever you see one of them, just know that's for you. Swans can resonate with you. The moth, butterflies, unicorns. I know that's like a mystical creature, but it's something with unicorns. And if I didn't say it already, swans, spiders. Spider came up a couple of times as well. I'm not sure what these birds are. I don't know what these are. They're cute, but I don't know what they are. But yeah, just pay attention to that. The numbers as well. I'm seeing 4s a lot, 2s, 7s, numbers that equal 7, 11s, 3s, 2s, 5s, sequences that add up to that, those numbers. But yeah, this is what I'm getting. So I hope that this resonates with whomever it was meant to resonate with. I don't know if I'm going to do a love read. I might. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, probably not in this live. Not in this one. So much love as always. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. Have a blessed and safe rest of your day, your night, your evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy new moon manifesting, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit or soon. Peace.